surprise, surprise, I made another video. Today I'm doing Popstar Ahri. There's the before, there's the after. And yeah, before I get into the actual fixing video, I did want to kind of show you guys what the issue is. First of all, if it's not immediately obvious, one of the things that jumped out to me, of course, was that extremely long thigh and just like very long legs in general. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of strip away all the fluff and kind of show you guys just an outline of it so you can kind of see how freaking ridiculous it is. So yeah, so basically they typically say, the entity of artists, the council. No, but typically people say that you should have two head lengths for your thigh length. That's just kind of an average for most people. Your thigh will be as long as, two heads of yours stacked up. So if I measure up her head there and place it in her thighlar region, and yes, that does include the butt there. I looked it up just to be extra sure. And then I duplicate it and put the other one there, and then I duplicate that and put the other one there. We are at 3 head lengths, which is one too many. So that's a problem. And the calf is also the same length as that, including the foot there. So yeah, just entirely too long. Her thigh, or her legs actually altogether, would be much longer than the rest of her body, which is not quite right. Her arms also have the same offense. They're way too long. And then she also has this really lovely case of severe scoliosis. Her spine is a little wonky. Her neck is broken, which is a pretty common theme in League of Legends, I find, at least for kind of the wonky skins, because she's kind of doing what I call the tits and ass pose, where you have to show that, oh, she has tits, but oh, she also has ass, which means that you kind of have to like twist in this really like fucked up way. It's really popular in like Avengers films. That's very popular. If you look like Black Widow, she probably is doing like the tits and ass move. So anyway, but yeah, it makes you twist in a really unnatural way, and it just doesn't really work with your spine. This is something that, by the way, is like technically possible. Like, it's not impossible to contort your body in a manner like this. Not exactly like this, but like this. But it is extremely uncomfortable, and the kind of angle of her titties is not where they would be if somebody were to do this pose. So yeah, so here I'm going into the fixing, and I had no plan for this. I work harder, not smarter. Like, so I was just kind of going in and just chunking things and like copying and pasting and shortening and transforming and just doing like the laziest, shittiest, dirtiest job of like getting everything together, which, in hindsight probably wasn't the best, because I spent like way too much time on this, but you know what, it got the job done. I had fun doing it, so like whatever. But yeah, so I'm just kind of chunking it out because I wanted to figure out exactly kind of where I wanted to go with this. There were a lot of issues that were really hard to fix, honestly, and making it look natural while doing it. So the leg was pretty straightforward, had to shorten that. The arms were very difficult, at least the one that was kind of in the one that's on her waist was very difficult to make that look natural, and also keeping her hand still like on her like waist region and not like on her like titties. So here I'm outlining my own bones to kind of compare it to the old bones that I made, just to see how much improvement was made, what else looks kind of wonky. I will say, this pose, the titties and ass pose, as I like to call it, is just not a very comfortable looking pose. It just, I don't know, like no matter how you do it, it's never gonna really look, not natural. Natural isn't the word that I'm looking for, but it's never really gonna look right. It's just never gonna look totally correct, just because it's so twisty and unbalanced feeling. But honestly, I was just really lazy. Like, I could have, quote unquote, fixed it, and like, I could have done foreshortening on her, like, thigh leg situation. That would have kind of made it a little bit more plausible, but I just didn't want to, so there you go. I left it the way it is. I mean, I like shortened it and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I did not do like completely a new leg. I did, however, kind of separate the like calf area from the thigh a little bit. In the original, they're a lot more smushed together, which again isn't like necessarily wrong, but I just thought it looked a little bit more balanced, and just a little bit more plausible with them further apart. So that's what I did there. Same thing with like her titty there. I decided to like kind of push the jacket thing forward a little bit. One, just because I didn't really want to redo the lines that I'd already established on her stomach. But two, just because I thought it made sense, you know? Her jacket's kind of like far off on the other titty. It'd be kind of weird for them both to be like spread open, but I mean, I guess they could if it was like glued on there. That could. It could. I didn't do it though. So yeah, and here I'm just kind of cleaning up the background. Like I said, I did like the shittiest, choppiest job at the beginning, like not even thinking about how I'm gonna like fix it later. So here I am fixing it later. And just kind of going in and making all the clipping kind of disappear. Thankfully, because I kept the original on a lower layer, it was really easy for me to like take the lasso tool and kind of select the pieces that I wanted in the background if they still were like cohesive and existent, and then I could just like paste it on my version. Like I did that right there with the thigh, if you could see that. So, and then I kind of lassoed, pasted it there, and now I have a thigh, and I don't have to like redraw it completely. Bang, magic. It's quick maths. It's good. So, yeah, that's that. That's what I did to kind of cheat a little bit. I did that for a lot of things. I did that with the tail right there. I think in a minute I'm gonna go in on like the, come on, do it. Yeah, right there. I went in on the like background thing. So yeah, that's how I did that. There were some really challenging parts too. I think pretty soon I'm gonna, oh, you're right there. I start going in on the hair, and that was really hard, just because there's so much detail going on there. It's not something that I can just kind of like smooth over and kind of, you know, blend in seamlessly. It was something that required a little bit more patience and detail work. And that's because I had to mess with the hair because I tilted the head to make the neck a little less broken looking. So that was fun. I went in with the little heart thing, just fixing some clipping in the background. At this point, just getting really fine details. I figured, I only realized, like, until right now that she had, like, these little tassels on her shoulder. So I did those, and, yeah, so there's the before, there's the after. I hope you enjoyed the video, and, you know, maybe I'll make another video, maybe I won't. Who knows?